I'm going to talk a little bit about what to look for either in yourself or in people around you. At a very high level, really, anything that suggests that there may be problems is a change from that person's usual level of functioning. And, what I mean by that, I'll explain. We look at a variety of areas. So, for example, if you look at mood, maybe the person is more irritable or more sad than usual, or maybe doesn't find things as enjoyable as before, or maybe they get angry more easily or more often. Maybe there's a change in social interactions. Maybe, you find yourself wanting to stay home rather than hanging out with friends on a weekend evening. This particular one, as Sangita mentioned, can be hard to see in the age of like constant Zoom meetings. I think as a consequence of the pandemic, we've spent a lot of time away from the physical presence of others. So change in social interactions might be easy to miss. It might be easier for people to get lonely and isolate themselves. So, something to keep in mind. There could be changes in work or school functioning. Is the person struggling to keep up their motivation or enthusiasm for school or work? This is something to keep in mind as parents is, I've had a lot of young adults tell me that it was hard for them to get help from their parents when they found themselves needing to just work harder to get the same grades as before and that they were struggling. And that parents only took notice when their grades started slipping or they started failing classes. So, if someone is struggling and if their grades at work or, school are still okay, still make it a point to ask about it. Number of other things to look for are changes in sleep schedule. Is the person really tired all day or, because they're not sleeping well at night, or are they lying in bed all day, finding it really hard to get out of bed? On the other hand, are they getting by with very little sleep and, they seem to not be tired at all? Either extreme would be, something to keep an eye out on. Are they expressing themselves differently from usual? Like, are they more long-winded than before? Like, do they seem more anxious about everyday occurrences? Are there any significant changes in appetite? Obviously, none of these means that a person is dealing with a mental health issue for sure. It's just a sign that it might be time to open up that conversation and start talking to them a little more.